While camping in the remote wilderness of Cake, Alaska, a man caught sight of a shadowy figure lurking behind the trees near a creek.
Oh my God. Oh my God. There it is. It's right behind that tree. Oh my God, I'm tripping out, I'm shaking.
Panic set in instantly. His hands trembled so badly that the footage he captured was shaky and chaotic. He later had to stabilize the video to make sense of what he saw. The man swears it was Bigfoot, and honestly, judging by his terrified reaction, he truly believes it. But without solid proof, it remains yet another chilling mystery lost to the woods. A few years back, a family took a trip to Jeffrey's Cliffs in Hawkville, Kentucky. It was supposed to be a peaceful day of hiking and snapping photos of the kids, but one picture revealed something far from ordinary. In the background, a blurry, shadowy figure loomed just behind the group. The unsettling part? According to the mom, no one else was anywhere near them when the photo was taken. At first glance, this 2007 photo snapped near Nashville, Tennessee, looks like a simple, heartwarming moment of two young friends strolling hand in hand along a peaceful, tree-lined path. But take a closer look, and things turn chilling. Just ahead of the children, a misty, childlike figure seems to materialize out of thin air. Some even claim there's another shadowy presence lurking further down the lane. The land once held a plantation before the Civil War, leading many to ask, are these ghostly figures remnants of a haunting past that refuses to be forgotten? 52-year-old Ricardo Dianella from the quiet municipality of Timbe, Brazil, was ready for the thrill of a lifetime hang gliding through the open skies. Unlike paragliding, hang gliding uses a fixed-wing glider, offering an intense, high-flying adrenaline rush. As he launched into the air, an onlooker began filming, expecting to capture a breathtaking moment. Instead, they witnessed a nightmare.
Meu Deus, minha Nossa Senhora! Ai, alguém segura meu cachorro!
Mid-flight, Ricardo's glider suddenly gave out. In a horrifying instant, he plummeted from the sky. The tragedy left witnesses in shock, and even now, no clear explanation has been found for the catastrophic failure. What was supposed to be an unforgettable adventure turned into a devastating loss, one that haunts all who saw it. Reddit user Evan4506 paid a quick visit to the Eerie Oxsable Cemetery, an already creepy spot made even more unsettling by a local legend. According to the rumor, if you stop your car on the nearby bridge, it might not start again. Curious but skeptical, they pulled over, and that's when things got weird. While parked, they heard a strange, high-pitched ringing that sent chills down their spine.
You sure it talks alright?
At first, they brushed it off until the sound returned, and this time, they managed to capture the tail end of it on video. Reviewing the footage later, they noticed something even stranger, a faint whisper, just before a brief white flash appeared on camera. There was no one else around. The cemetery is tiny, tucked away, and empty at the time. So what or who was behind the voices and the flash? Could the legend be more than just a spooky tale? While camping deep in the forest, this man stumbled upon something no one ever wants to find. An eerie mask half buried in the mud, its disturbing design sending chills down his spine. There were no signs of who it belonged to, but something about it felt wrong. Was it just a forgotten prop, or had it played a role in something far more sinister? A curious family ventured out to explore a cemetery rumored to be haunted. As they neared the entrance, they stumbled upon a lifeless animal lying beneath a tree, setting a chilling tone for what was to come.
Miren, un animal muerto también, de los guarichos que se hacen acá en esta zona. ¿Lo puedes levantar, por favor? Sí. ¿Ve? Este animal lo sacamos ahora estamos viéndolo recién. Si ustedes aprecian ahí.
Undeterred, they pressed on, filming the weathered tombstones, until something caught their eye.
Mirá. No, esto de no creer, esto de no creer, vamos. Corran. Ahí se ve. La verdad que se mueve, está en movimiento. La verdad que Jesús de Nazaret. No, vamos, corran.
A small, ghostly figure appeared to drift between the graves, moving slowly and eerily. Panic kicked in, and they backed away in fear. But just as they were about to leave, curiosity got the better of them. They turned back for one final look. Had they just seen a ghost? A group of men from the Middle East had a spine-chilling encounter with a mysterious, terrifying figure.
يا الله عم افتحوا بس أنا أوريهم بس غمق البير.
يا الله طريق هذا البير.
The footage cuts off just before the climax, leaving us hanging. But since they lived to upload it, we know they made it out alive. Some viewers are convinced they came face to face with a real jinn. Others think it was all just a carefully staged stunt for clout. But here's what has people talking: the claws. Could this creature be something from the animal kingdom? Take a look and tell me. Do you recognize these claws? Two girls were hiking through the misty mountains of the Philippines with a large group when they stopped to snap a few pictures. Caught up in the moment, they didn't realize the group had already moved ahead, leaving them suddenly and eerily alone in the dense jungle. Panicking, they rushed to catch up, one of them filming as they ran. But later, while reviewing the footage, they noticed something chilling.
Naliligaw. Wala ni mga kasama namin.
Something they hadn't seen at the time. A shadowy figure moved silently behind them and vanished in the blink of an eye. The girl who shared the video insists no one else was around. So, what did the camera capture? A harmless animal? Or something far more unsettling? A group of mountain climbers was savoring the thrill of their ascent when the unthinkable happened. Without warning, the ground beneath them lurched. In an instant, the mountainside gave way, sending rocks and earth cascading below as they clung desperately to whatever they could grasp. 1 second, they were climbing. The next, they were hanging on for dear life, staring into the jaws of disaster. Miraculously, no one was fatally injured, but the sheer panic of that moment burned itself into their memories. None of them ever set foot on that mountain again. She was casually filming a video for social media, just another day, another post. But what her camera captured in the background was anything but ordinary.
Who are you?
Man, I be that pretty motherfucker, man.
ASAP?
Yes, sir.
A man, eerily still, was lurking, slowly creeping closer with a disturbing calm. The moment he noticed the camera, he froze, then turned and vanished. It wasn't until she replayed the footage that the true horror hit her. Had he been watching her all along, waiting? If she hadn't been recording, what could have happened? Chelsea and her friend James decided to explore an old abandoned tunnel from the 1920s, a place shrouded in ghostly rumors. Later, while reviewing the footage, they made a shocking discovery. The gate appeared to shut on its own, and just moments later, a dark, shadowy figure casually glided past the camera.
Is that gate closed? The freaking gate's closed, James! Look! Yes!
No way, no way.
Freaking crazy!
There's another train coming by. Wait, right when the train comes by, this thing closes by itself? Wait a minute.
What the?
Wait a freaking minute.
That is weird.
Come up anyways. Like,
The video set the internet abuzz, with many hailing it as indisputable evidence of a paranormal presence. However, not everyone was convinced. Some speculated that the eerie silhouette might simply have been Chelsea's finger accidentally making an appearance in the frame. What's your take? Genuine ghostly activity, or just a trick of the camera? Chris McCandless was born into privilege, but he never felt at home in the world of wealth and expectations. So he made a radical choice. He gave away his entire $24,000 inheritance, abandoned his family name, and disappeared into the wild, chasing a life unshackled by society. With no maps, no guide, and only what he could carry, Chris roamed across America, braving rugged landscapes and unforgiving wilderness. A flood destroyed what little digital resources he had, but still, he pressed on. His final journey led him deep into the Alaskan backcountry, along the treacherous Stampede Trail, a place feared even by seasoned survivalists. Running low on supplies, he found shelter in an old abandoned bus. There, he survived for weeks, living off the land and the remains of a moose carcass that spoiled more with each passing day. By day 94, starvation and the toxic effects of wild potato seeds had ravaged his body. Too weak to move, Chris was trapped. When hunters eventually stumbled upon the bus, they found his emaciated body, just 67 pounds, and a heartbreaking farewell note: "I have had a happy life and thank the Lord. Goodbye, and may God bless all." Was Chris a brave soul chasing the purest form of freedom? Or was he a dreamer, blinded by idealism, unprepared for the brutal reality of nature? Two friends were visiting their father's graves at a quiet cemetery when, for no particular reason, one of them pulled out their phone to start recording. They'd never taken photos or videos at a cemetery before, but something about the moment felt different. Almost like something was watching. Just for fun, they decided to try and capture any signs of paranormal activity. Later that night, they played back the footage, and what they heard chilled them to the bone.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
30 grand or something.
Here at the cemetery, yeah. I'm just taping this. Yeah, I don't know. Here at the cemetery, but it's raining, pissing rain out. We'll try to find your dad's too, but we don't have to do it if it's really hard to find. Or
I think it's like at the top. I don't know. We can drive as much, but if I can't, then it's okay. Because I feel, I don't know what to do.
Or we'll come sometime when it's not too rainy, and then we'll just get some flowers.
Yeah.
And then you just come and just say hi. My dad used to come and just knock like that.
Oh yeah.
When my dad first brought him here to my brothers.
Yeah.
We're all gonna do this soon.
Yeah.
Well, not soon, but one day.
Yeah, what are you saying? Make it more depressing.
A voice, clear as day, said he wanted to be buried, not cremated. He liked the outdoors. He wanted to be in the earth. The strange part? Neither of them remembered hearing anything like that while they were there. It wasn't their voices, and no one else had been around. So who or what said it? And how do you explain a voice that only shows up after you've left the cemetery? While hiking near a breathtaking waterfall in Usade National Park, a backpacker's peaceful adventure took a terrifying turn when he suddenly slipped and tumbled toward the edge. In a heart-pounding moment, he managed to grab onto a boulder, clinging for his life above the rushing waters below. Rescuers were immediately called, and just as the cold began to take its toll, a helicopter swooped in, plucking him from danger in the nick of time. officials later revealed that any delay could have triggered hypothermia, and without that boulder to hang on to, the outcome might have been tragically different. While exploring Hankey Church Cemetery in Plum, PA late one night, a Reddit user snapped a photo that still sends chills down spines. In the image, a mysterious half-body apparition appears. Some say it looks like a priest, while others are convinced it's the ghost of a war veteran. Local legend only deepens the mystery. Years ago, a priest was allegedly lynched on the very grounds for committing adultery, just before the church burned down under unexplained circumstances. Adding to the eeriness, the cemetery is also the final resting place for numerous war veterans. Despite several attempts to recreate or debunk the image, the original poster stands firm, calling it one of the most convincing paranormal photos they've ever encountered. While trekking deep into the forest, this backpacker made a chilling discovery, something that didn't belong in nature. A row of deer ankles, severed and arranged with eerie precision, lay before him like a grim display. This wasn't the random work of scavengers. No, someone or something had placed them there on purpose. But why? Was it part of a ritual, a sinister warning, or something even darker lurking in the shadows? The deeper you think about it, the more disturbing it becomes. While hiking along a quiet trail in the heart of Essex Village, a man captured what he thought was just peaceful nature footage. But later, as he reviewed the video, something chilling jumped out at him. For just a split second, a ghostly smoke-like figure appeared, its head and hands eerily visible, before vanishing into thin air. Some believe it might be the legendary village spirit, a mysterious entity tied to local folklore. But is it truly paranormal, or is there a more rational explanation hiding in plain sight? He couldn't believe his eyes. Deep in the forest, he stumbled upon something truly bizarre, a pile of shoes scattered across the forest floor. But these weren't just old, discarded sneakers. Each one had been carefully sliced open at the front, yet oddly, they were still in good condition. Why were they here? Who left them? Perhaps most chilling of all, who did they belong to? Some began to speculate that the shoes might be connected to something far more sinister, maybe even victims. Suddenly, this strange discovery took a haunting turn. A grieving family was heartbroken to discover that items they lovingly placed on their daughter's grave kept vanishing. Desperate for answers, they installed a motion-activated camera near the site, hoping to catch the culprit. What they found the next morning, though, left them speechless. Among the captured images was one that chilled them to the bone. A little girl wandering alone through the cemetery in the dead of night. The family didn't recognize her. She wasn't connected to them in any way. Puzzled, they showed the photo to the cemetery staff. What happened next made their hearts skip a beat. The workers led them to another nearby grave belonging to a child named Fabiola Nova Rodriguez. When they contacted Fabiola's mother and showed her the eerie photo, she broke down in tears. She instantly identified the girl in the picture. It was Fabiola. But how could that be? Was the ghost of Fabiola watching over the cemetery or trying to send a message?
June 13th, 2018. Wilson was camping deep in the forest when he witnessed something truly chilling. A creature known as the dogman.
Yeah, there they are. Thought so. Might be that red one with the black face. Oh, looks like him.
What made this encounter even more unnerving was that the creature was visible in broad daylight, making it nearly impossible to vanish into the trees unnoticed. Shaken to his core, Wilson vowed never to set foot in that campsite again. If you ever find yourself in the Appalachian Mountains, remember this rule: never focus on one spot for too long, because if you do, you might see something you weren't meant to. The person who filmed this video learned that the hard way.
The thing right there is creeping me out. I lived here for going on 7 years and walked 100 miles through these woods. Never seen that shape before right
At first, it looked like just another stump or a broken tree. The videographer had walked that path countless times and he knew better. Fortunately, nothing happened to him, but what he captured on camera, deeply unsettling. Kevin the Custodian, a fearless ghost hunter, ventured deep into North Carolina's infamous Devil's Tramping Grounds, a mysterious clearing where nothing ever grows. As he filmed his introduction, an eerie figure flickered in the background. Barely visible, but undeniably there. Legends claim the devil himself paces this barren circle each night. Could Kevin have just caught a glimpse of the dark entity that haunts this cursed land? Imagine driving home and you heard a strange loud noise. What would be your reaction? Now a group of friends were driving home after a fun day in the woods, when strange noises began to echo around them. At first it sounded like the typical rustling and chirping of the forest, but the sounds quickly grew louder, darker, and far more chilling. A man was hiking through the forest when he stumbled upon a jar hidden in the grass. It was bound with white rope and sealed tightly with wax. Curious, he pried it open, only to recoil in horror.
It's a shrunken head. It is, it's a shrunken head.
Is it? Oh my word.
It is a shrunken head.
Oh my word.
Inside, suspended in murky liquid, was a tiny human head. The features were eerily lifelike, shrunken yet unmistakably those of a grown man. The jar itself was small enough to fit in the palm of his hand. Was this some kind of ritual artifact, a voodoo relic, or just a cruel and twisted prank? Whatever the answer, one thing was certain: it was deeply unsettling. When hiking the Goldenrod Trail Loop at the University of North Florida, Reddit user Phoenix Fire decided to test out their new Polaroid camera. One of their shots captured a dead-end sign marking a trail leading to the highway, but when they developed the photo, something chilling appeared, a shadowy figure standing beside the sign, something they hadn't seen in person. Was this an eerie, paranormal presence caught on film, or just a trick of the light playing mind games? While exploring a dense forest at night, a man couldn't shake the eerie feeling that he wasn't alone. The air felt heavy, charged with something unseen. But it wasn't until he reviewed his footage later that the true horror set in.
A full-bodied apparition running away from me. Any spirits in these woods? Spirits in these woods. Any spirits in these woods?
A strange wisp of smoke darted past the camera too fast, too defined to be just mist. Slowing it down, his blood ran cold. It wasn't smoke at all. It was a pale, ghostly figure, moving at impossible speed, as if it were riding a bike. Could this be the spirit of a long-lost cyclist, still racing through the night? While driving home late at night on a deserted road, this person unknowingly captured something chilling on camera. At first they spotted a faint figure in white, standing on the right side of the road. But was it real, or just a trick of the mind? It wasn't until they reviewed the footage later that the true horror set in. At the 23-second mark, a pale figure is visible, lingering in the darkness. Who or what was standing there, in the middle of nowhere, at such an ungodly hour? In January 2024, Hannah Wood embarked on a late-night walk through a historic cemetery in St. Augustine, Florida. She explored the eerie grounds, An unusual fog rolled in thick, dense, and strangely concentrated in one specific area. Intrigued, she snapped a photo, but when she looked closer, her curiosity turned to shock. Within the mist, a ghostly figure of a woman seemed to emerge. Chilled to the bone, Hannah wasted no time leaving the cemetery. She later shared the photo online, hoping someone could offer a rational explanation, but what she captured remains a mystery. While exploring the rugged landscapes of West Wales, a couple stumbled upon a narrow crack in a mountain. Curiosity got the better of them. As they squeezed through, they discovered a hidden cave system. The walls were covered in eerie carvings.
That's a bench up. I reckon I don't know why I had one there or something.
The carving depicted unsettling figures, cyclops-like beings, headless creatures, and monstrous fiends. A chilling realization settled over them. Maybe this cave was never meant to be found. Could it be cursed? Luckily, they never experienced any strange occurrences afterward. But the question remains, was this an ancient relic of history, or something far more sinister, best left undisturbed? While camping deep in the forest, this person stumbled upon something truly extraordinary. Some say it's a rare natural rock formation, an absolute marvel for any geologist. Others whisper that it could be the petrified remains of a creature frozen in time. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: it's mesmerizing, mysterious, and leaves us with more questions than answers. As Jason wrapped up his hike through the mountain trails, a chilling voice whispered, "Hey." His instincts kicked in. Maybe someone was lost or in trouble. Following the sound, he ventured deeper into the woods. But instead of finding a person, he stumbled upon something bizarre.
Mountains hiking a trail. Rain came in, and I'm on my way back to the parking lot to get to my car. And as I'm walking by, I could have swore I heard something say, "Hey." Figured I better document this.
An old, crumbling chimney standing alone, with no house or ruins in sight. Then it happened again.
I heard it again.
Shit!
The voice was closer now. A wave of dread washed over him. This wasn't someone calling for help. This was something else. Without a second thought, Jason turned and bolted, refusing to look back. Imagine you were just driving to where you want to camp and saw a ghost. Would you turn back? This man was driving down an old abandoned road on his way to his camping site when suddenly he spotted something terrifying. A figure in a white dress was crossing the road ahead. As the man steps out of his car to investigate, he's greeted by nothing but an oppressive shroud of darkness. Was it a person he saw, or something far more sinister? And if it was a person, what could compel someone to wander alone so late at night in the heart of a desolate forest? On February 4th, 2013, a chilling video surfaced on YouTube, posted by Maid Addison. She and her friends had been exploring the Umatilla Indian Reservation in eastern Oregon when they captured something truly unsettling on camera.
These guys are braver than me.
Although they were familiar with the area, the eerie sounds echoing through the night left them baffled. Some speculated it could be foxes or coyotes, but local legends tell of far stranger things lurking in the darkness. Whatever the source, one thing is certain: hearing that sound in the middle of the woods is the stuff of nightmares. Perched high in a tree, a hunter films a curious black bear approaching from below. At first it seems harmless, just an inquisitive animal checking things out. But then, suddenly this happens fast.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get!
But the bear doesn't back down. Instead, it starts climbing, fast. With terrifying speed, the bear scales the tree, getting dangerously close. The hunter's frantic yelling continues, but the bear seems unfazed. Just as it looks like a face-to-face encounter is inevitable, the bear suddenly loses interest, pausing before climbing back down. Black bears are usually shy and prefer to avoid humans, but they can be unpredictable, especially when curiosity takes over. Luckily, this hunter made it out unscathed. While camping nearby, a group of men decided to explore what was supposed to be an abandoned house. At first, everything seemed normal as they wandered through the eerie structure, but curiosity got the best of them, and they crawled underneath the house to take a closer look. That's when things took a terrifying turn.
You want to take the camera with you?
Yeah. This is an old tree right here, that's for sure.
Yeah. Kyle spoon.
Oh, that's cool.
As one of them examined an old 1958 Coke bottle, a sudden heavy thud echoed from above. Loud, deliberate footsteps moving inside the house.
I'm trying to get out.
Panic set in. The men scrambled out from under the house as fast as they could, their hearts pounding. Determined to find what or who had made the noise, they cautiously stepped back inside. But no matter how much they searched, there was no sign of anyone, and no logical explanation for what they had just heard. On December 29, 2014, a dashcam captured a heart-stopping moment on a highway in central Victoria. As the driver headed home from a camping trip, nature had other plans. Out of nowhere, massive trees came crashing down onto the road, barely missing both the recording car and the one ahead. This chilling footage is a stark reminder of just how dangerous it can be to travel through the bush during powerful winds. In this video, a Russian man stands in a snow-covered forest, speaking to the camera. Everything seems normal until something eerie happens. In the background, an unusual figure emerges, silently moving to the left. Strangely, the man remains completely unaware. Two campers were exploring a remote area in Oklahoma when they stumbled upon an old abandoned house, one that had been empty for years and whispered about in local ghost stories. As they cautiously approached, their flashlight beam swept across a window, and that's when they saw it, a motionless figure.
Holy fuck. Go.
Since the eerie footage was posted online, no further details have emerged, leaving the mystery and the terror unresolved. While hiking deep in the remote woods far off the grid, a man stumbled upon something truly disturbing.
I pulled the lid off of it, and look at this. What in the world? Why would anybody... That's a pine marten. It's all been skinned and stretched.
Following an old hidden trail, he came across a strange sight, a weathered milk can hanging from a tree. At first he assumed it was a simple Martin box, but curiosity got the best of him. As he pried the lid off, the truth was far more chilling. Inside the can, tightly packed, were the remains of multiple animals, a pine marten and several coyotes, all skinned and stretched. The grisly find left him with more questions than answers. Who put them there, and why? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved.
A creeping sense of unease settled over him as he wandered through the dense, fog-choked forest. Instinctively, he pulled out his phone and hit record. Almost immediately, he caught sight of a tall, dark figure drifting through the mist, silent, still, watching. With each step deeper into the trees, more shadowy shapes appeared, their outlines hazy and shifting. Was it one being stalking him, or many? The chilling sensation of unseen eyes tracking his every move sent his heart into overdrive. Not waiting to find out what lurked beyond the fog, he turned back, determined to escape the forest before it was too late. On October 3rd, 2019, a group of hunters were deep in the forests of Ontario when an unexpected sound stopped them in their tracks. Out of the silence came a bone-chilling scream, deep, guttural, and filled with what sounded like raw agony. Oh my God. The hunters froze, eyes darting through the trees, straining to see what creature could make such a noise. But whatever it was, stayed hidden. The haunting wail echoed through the forest for minutes, unrelenting, eerie, and unlike anything they'd ever heard. Some claim it had to be an animal, but no one could agree on what kind. To this day, no one knows what was out there or what cried out in the dark that night. This guy made a bold and maybe reckless decision. He snuck into the infamous Bohemian Grove alone, a place cloaked in secrecy, conspiracy, and decades of mystery. As he wandered deeper into the forest, he stumbled across something unreal. Yo, this is the statue. What the no way? This is insane, but that was just the beginning.
Bohemian Grove. I made it.
Hidden behind a massive tree, he discovered a narrow passage carved straight into the trunk. It led him to a dimly lit chamber that felt off, like he wasn't supposed to be there.
They need to fill this pond up. They do.
For years, the Bohemian Grove has been the center of dark rumors, secret meetings, elite rituals, and things the public was never meant to see. The question is, would you dare to step foot in there? Allie returned to the exact spot where they had buried the possessed doll, Mary. But something felt wrong. The air was thick and the atmosphere was heavy. There she was, Mary, half covered in overgrowth, like the earth itself had tried to smother her, but it hadn't worked.
Oh, there's no way. Bro. There's like overgrowth on her and everything. She's right there. Mary's right there.
She was still there watching, waiting. Then came the whisper, "Patty, what does that mean? Who's Patty?" Allie's voice trembled. "I swear if she says one more thing, I'm out of here."
Patty. What does that mean? What does Patty mean?
The soil around the doll looked disturbed, like something had clawed its way up from below. In the background of the footage, a faint, eerie sound crept in, the laughter and cries of a child. But Allie didn't seem to notice. Still, Something inside him knew. The doll wasn't done, and this time he needed to end it for good. Late Halloween night in Lockport, New York, a group of friends found themselves wandering near the entrance of a dark, quiet cave. The place felt empty and eerily still. One of them casually snapped a photo by the entrance, thinking nothing of it. But the next day, everything changed. As they scrolled through their pictures, one image stopped them cold. Standing right at the entrance, exactly where they had just been, was a shadowy figure. No one had seen anything. They had walked past that very spot seconds later, laughing, talking, completely unaware. Now, staring at the photo, a terrifying question haunted them. What else was out there that night? Mitty, a seasoned wild camper, was out in the Peak District with his brother, just enjoying a peaceful night in their tent. Everything felt normal, calm, and quiet, nothing out of the ordinary. But later, while going through the footage they'd captured, something made Mitty freeze. "I don't know what to say, Phil," he said, half laughing, half shaken. In the original clip,
I don't know what to say, Phil. The original plan to this video was to do
the unmistakable sound of a little girl giggling was close, too close. The night might have felt normal at the moment, but that eerie laugh sent a wave of chills through him. To this day, he still has no idea how to explain it. Late one night, deep in the dense woods of Mexico, a hiker had a bone-chilling encounter. As he moved through the shadows, he caught sight of something high up in the trees, a figure that looked eerily human, yet unmistakably wrong. What exactly did he witness that night? Was it a glimpse of something not of this world hiding in the treetops, or just an elaborate trick meant to terrify? While camping during a hike in the UK, one traveler reached the top of a hill and spotted something that gave them chills. On the other side, a group of adults dressed entirely in white stood in a perfect circle with two normally dressed children in the middle. Confused and uneasy, the hiker captured the scene on TikTok, wondering if they'd stumbled onto some kind of cult ritual. The video quickly went viral, and commenters were quick to chime in. The mysterious group was identified as modern-day Druids, followers of ancient Celtic spiritual traditions. Many assured the hiker that the group was peaceful and posed no threat. Still, even with an explanation, viewers couldn't shake the eerie vibe of the scene. Whether harmless or not, there was something undeniably unsettling about it. This solo camping trip was supposed to be a survival challenge, but it quickly turned into something far more chilling. After kayaking deep into the wilderness, he set up camp beneath a makeshift shelter, bracing himself for a freezing night ahead. But the real test came the next morning. As he hiked back toward his kayak, something stopped him in his tracks. "Hello?" he called out. No answer. But someone or something was out there, watching him. Panicked, he reached for his flashlight only to realize it was gone. And then, just as suddenly, the light he had seen flickered off. Silence gave way to the sound of snapping branches closing in. The only way back to his kayak was through the very spot where the light had been. Not willing to take the risk, he veered off and took a much longer route. When he finally reached the shore, the presence was gone. But the unsettling feeling of being watched, that stayed with him.
Last night, just a little bit, maybe an inch or so. I got about 2 more hours of hiking until I'm back to my truck, so I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hello? Hello?
While out walking his dog, something deeply unsettling happened. At first, he thought he was imagining it, maybe even losing it. But every time he stepped over a certain patch of ground, he could feel a pounding beneath his feet.
Schizophrenic or something? But I feel pounding under my feet. And listen. What the fuck? It's coming from like under the ground. I can feel the vibrations in my feet. It's like dum dum dum. Like what is that sound? It's coming from under the grass. Making me feel like I'm going insane or something.
Curious and a little creeped out, he started digging. People online urged him on. Determined to get to the bottom of it, he grabbed a shovel and started digging. But here's where it gets really weird. Every night, he would hear the knocking again. But as soon as he pulled out his phone to record, silence. Total silence. Until he tapped the shovel against the ground and the knocking came back. Like something or someone was responding. Yo, listen to this, he whispered, holding his breath. He tapped again. The knocking answered. Did y'all hear that? It felt like something or someone was trying to communicate. Was it just some strange underground echo? Or was there someone trapped down there desperately trying to be found? He never found anything, but maybe, just maybe, he didn't dig deep enough. While exploring a foggy woodland trail in Belfast, Ireland, YouTuber Dave Explorers and his crew found themselves in an eerie setting. The mist was so thick it swallowed everything beyond a few feet, and their only source of light came from a flashlight and the camera. That is seriously creepy, one of them whispered. You can't see a thing. Can any of you see this? Suddenly someone gasped. It just vanished. Did anyone else see that? As they continued down the path, a sudden burst of light lit up the fog, and one of the men froze. Wait, did something just walk in front of the camera? Then it happened.
Stop. Oh, that is creepy looking.
Isn't it?
Yeah. You can't see.
Can any of you guys see this? And it just seems a big... Oh, and it just seems to have disappeared, guys. Did any of you just see that?
You can't see nothing with the naked eye.
No, you can't. Whoa, did any of you just see something walk in front of the camera there, guy?
A pale, ghostly figure drifted right across the trail. The group jumped back in shock. But when they reviewed the footage in slow motion, the figure became even clearer. White, misty, and unmistakably human-shaped. Skeptics were quick to call it a trick of the light, just mist catching the beam. But others weren't so sure. Many viewers believe it was something supernatural. Some even claim it looked like a child darting through the fog. So, what do you think? Mist and light, or something that doesn't want to be seen? After donating blood earlier that day, Angel decided to skip the rest and recovery advice. Instead, he grabbed his phone, hit Go Live, and set off on a night hike. His mission simple: reach the top of a nearby hill and take in the view. But he never made it. As he walked along the dim, moonlit trail, a strange, creeping feeling began to settle in. The deeper into the woods he went, the more he felt like he wasn't alone. Then suddenly, he stopped dead in his tracks.
Bro, I hear shit. Oh my god, what is that, what is that? Dude, I think I just saw something with a tail. Dude, that's a fox. Or a... It can't be a wolf. Dude, I'm supposed to go over there. Wait, what do I do? I literally just saw something big as fuck with a tail. It's either a dog or a... Oh my god. I don't know what to do. Dude, I'm kind of scared. Oh, bro, that thing was huge. It can't be a wolf. Let me ask my Apple Watch. Is there wolves in Berkeley?
The area welcomes a wide variety of birds, black-tailed deer, coyote,
No, I said,
ground
oh,
squirrel,
coyote.
striped skunk,
That's
western
probably,
terrestrial garter snake,
that's probably
gray
what it
fox,
was.
bobcat, and red-tailed hawk.
Coyotes are scared of humans, right?
Sightings of mountain lions amongst the
Mountain lions!
This is from Wikipedia.
Fuck, that's what it could have been. Because that thing was huge.
Then the fear set in. I know it sounds dumb, he told his viewers breathlessly, but ever since I was a kid, my biggest fear has been being chased. Like those nightmares where you're trying to unlock a door and your hands don't work. That's what this feels like. Adrenaline surging, darkness pressing in, and mountain lions possibly lurking nearby. Angel ran for his life, ignoring all advice to avoid strenuous activity post-blood donation. Luckily, he made it out, unharmed. But that hike? It ended way before the summit. Two brothers embark on a thrilling ski adventure through the icy mountains, capturing every twist and turn as they carve through the snow. But the excitement takes a dark turn when one of them veers off course and crashes into a massive snowbank, disappearing from sight. In the unforgiving silence of the mountains, being seen or heard is almost impossible. Survival seemed like a long shot. But neither brother gave in to fear. With heart-pounding determination, one pushed forward through the frozen wilderness, and just in time he found and rescued his brother from what could have been a deadly fate. While hiking deep in the forest, this man came across a chilling discovery. Bones lying on the ground, with a shoe still attached, making it look eerily like human remains. What's even more unsettling? The person who uploaded the photo never mentioned calling the authorities, and there have been no updates since. The remote location and creepy atmosphere only add to the mystery. But here's the twist. After taking a closer look, something feels off. Could these really be human bones? Or did someone place animal bones in a shoe as a twisted prank to spook other hikers? Late one night, a group of friends was hanging out, enjoying the calm of the evening, when something unsettling caught their eye. Wait, what is that? One of them whispered. From the shadows, a strange face emerged, pale, hairless, and not human.
What is that? Guys, what is... Oh, shit. What the...
Then, just as the tension reaches its peak, the footage cuts out. No warning, no explanation. What happened next remains a chilling mystery. While checking his game cameras deep in the remote woods of Washington State, a man stumbled upon something chilling. In the early morning hours, one of the photos showed a little girl standing completely alone in the thick forest. It didn't sit right. Was it just a trick of the light? To be sure, he snapped another photo with his phone. It's the same eerie figure. The woods were dense, isolated. There was no reason for a child to be out there, especially not by herself. The more he looked at the photo, the more unsettling it became. He searched the area but found nothing, not a single sign of her. With a knot forming in his stomach, he made a call to the cops. But the haunting question still lingers. Did he capture a little girl? And if so, where did she go? Back in 2016, while hiking along Blackpool Beach, a woman stopped to snap a quick photo of her two sons. At first, it looked like a perfectly normal family picture, until they took a closer look. Between the boys' legs, a chilling figure appeared to be lurking in the background. Alarmed, they scanned the area around them, but no one was there. To this day, the eerie presence captured in the photo remains a mystery. A hunter from Virginia was going through footage from his trail camera when he stumbled upon something truly bizarre. The eerie image sparked wild speculation. Some say it shows a ghostly child, and others believe it might be an unidentified creature lurking in the woods. Skeptics chalk it up to a trick of moonlight, but many aren't convinced. Is this chilling footage genuine evidence of the paranormal, or just a creepy optical illusion? In 2000, near the Utah border, Keith Bradenshaw captured something that still gives people chills. While exploring the edge of the forest, he spotted a massive figure lurking among the trees. Instinctively, he raised his camera and snapped a quick photo just before the mysterious creature vanished into the woods. Skeptics brushed it off as a hiker in dark clothing, but Bradenshaw stood firm. To him, this wasn't just a person. He was certain he had photographed Bigfoot. This man was out stargazing, capturing the beauty of the night sky, but when he looked back at one of the photos, something chilling caught his eye. A dark figure was standing right next to him, partially hidden behind the solar panels. But here's the creepy part. If it was just a shadow, why did it show up against the night sky? And if it was his own shadow, shouldn't it have been cast on the solar panels, not lurking behind them? Something doesn't add up.
A trail camera set up to capture wildlife ended up recording something truly eerie. The footage shows 3 deer grazing peacefully until something stirs behind the trees. One of the deer seemed to notice it, its head snapping toward the movement. But what makes this even more unsettling is the figure itself. Some believe it could be a person or a cryptid, while others, including me, suspect something far more supernatural. Its almost transparent appearance sends chills down your spine. Unfortunately, the footage is too grainy to reveal the truth, leaving the mystery unsolved. This eerie tale comes from a Reddit user who shared a chilling family mystery passed down by their grandmother. Back in the 1980s or 90s, while returning from a shopping trip with her brother, the grandmother spotted a mysterious woman in a white dress standing by the roadside. Strangely, her brother who was driving saw nothing, even though they were moving at a fast pace. Fast forward to 2009 and the mystery deepened. While flipping through old family photos, the user stumbled upon a peculiar image. Their cousin standing in a garden, with the same woman in white lurking in the background. Yet the user's father, who took the photo, swore there was no one else there at the time. Given that the family cottage is surrounded by a dense forest and open fields, the presence of this spectral figure remains an unsettling enigma. While staying at an Airbnb, one night took a chilling turn when they spotted something unusual lurking in the backyard. Grabbing a camera, they captured a dark figure with glowing eyes, an image that has since fueled intense debate online. Some believe it's nothing more than a hoax or a cleverly staged stunt, while others are convinced it could be something far more sinister. Sure, the glowing eyes might belong to an animal, but the figure's unmistakably human shape adds an unsettling layer to the mystery. What do you think? A trick of the light, or a true paranormal encounter? In this eerie footage from California, 2 friends are cruising down a secluded forest trail when they spot 4 deer darting through the trees. But then what was that?
I saw 4 deer. Whoa! What was that? What's that?
What the world?
Up ahead, a massive humanoid figure emerges from the shadows. Intrigued yet uneasy, the driver presses the gas, hoping for a clearer look. As they close in, the creature becomes fully visible, and it's nothing like they expected. Before they can process what they're seeing, the figure unleashes a chilling, guttural roar, a clear warning to stay away.
Oh. I am not going in there. Whoa, let's go.
Taking no chances, the driver slams the car into reverse and speeds off, bringing the video to an abrupt end. But here's the weird part if you look closely. It almost seems like there's a zipper running down its back. Could this just be someone in a costume? Or did they stumble upon something far more mysterious? Josh and Sasha, along with their friends Steve, Toby, and Danny, set out on a hike with one goal: finding a hollow tree big enough to crawl through. After some searching, they finally stumbled upon one. The challenge? Squeezing through its narrow opening. The plan was simple: enter from the bottom and exit through the top. But there was one problem. The edges were jagged, almost barbed, making it a one-way trip.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Like, there's room for another shoulder here, but you've got to contort your
No, I
body.
can't even turn my head.
Oh, woo. That was scary.
If you squirm, yeah, just keep pushing your feet. Do you know what Josh was doing again?
One by one, they attempted to push through the cramped tunnel of twisting wood. Then disaster. Someone got stuck.
Like, just try and get that cheek up. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Josh.
Let us know if it's too painful.
Panic arose, but with teamwork and sheer determination, they all somehow managed to squeeze their way through.
Freedom! That was like 10 minutes.
What started as a simple adventure had turned into a tense, heart-pounding challenge, but in the end, they made it. Reddit user SaltyAd7827 shared a series of photos from a recent camping trip, but one image sent chills down their spine. While reviewing the pictures, they spotted a ghostly face peering out from behind a rock, something they hadn't noticed at the time. To make things even creepier, they included another photo taken just seconds apart. Where the eerie figure was nowhere to be seen. This trail camera was placed deep in a remote forest to capture glimpses of wildlife. While it did record a majestic deer, it also caught something far more chilling. A shadowy figure that appears out of nowhere and vanishes just as quickly. The most unsettling part? The deer's reaction. Its sudden shift in behavior suggests that whatever was there wasn't just a trick of the camera. It was real. While hiking down a quiet trail, two friends stumbled upon something extraordinary.
Down the trail, me, Gavin, and Greg. So what's up, Gavin?
Hey, how you doing?
Here's Greg. What's up, Greg? He's the quiet type. We can't get him to talk. Ah, we know you, Greg. We know you. We know you.
A tree with a hauntingly lifelike grin carved into its bark. But even he couldn't look away from the eerie face staring back at them from the tree. It was almost too perfect, as if someone was trapped inside trying to break free. Was this a bizarre act of nature, or had someone deliberately carved the unsettling expression into the wood? A guy was camping in the woods when he noticed something moving nearby. He grabbed his camera and flashlight and recorded this giant creature walking by. That was where the footage stopped, which left many people questioning what happened next. While hunting in the dense forest of the Pacific Northwest, a man suddenly heard eerie, unsettling sounds that sent a chill down his spine. Grabbing his camera, he began recording, hoping to capture whatever was making the noise. Then, through the thick trees, he caught sight of something strange. A tall figure, its body cloaked in a mass of thick hair, blending almost perfectly with the forest. As it moved, it let out disturbing sounds that heightened the tension, before vanishing into the shadows of the woods. Could this been the elusive Bigfoot, finally revealed? A Reddit user, When Awakened 420, recently shared a series of unsettling images captured outside his remote cabin in the woods. The chilling photos reveal a shadowy black figure lurking near his home, a presence that has filled him with dread. He claims this eerie entity has been lingering outside for some time now, leaving him on edge and questioning what might be watching him from the darkness. In 2012 or 2013, a group of friends decided to add some thrills to their night with a Halloween ghost tour at Concordia Cemetery. Everything was going as planned until they paused for a group photo. Their tour guide snapped the picture and they carried on, unaware of the eerie surprise waiting for them. Later that night, as they scrolled through the pictures, one friend's sister froze. There in the background was a shadowy figure wearing a hat, walking right past them. The problem? No one had seen a single soul there at the time. A wave of fear crashed over her as she demanded they leave immediately. Back home, she showed the unsettling image to the group. The realization sank in. Either they had missed a real person in the darkness, or they had captured something unexplainable. From that night forward, they vowed never to go on a ghost tour again. Coincidence, or proof of something beyond our understanding? A Reddit user recently ventured into an abandoned town at night, expecting silence. What they encountered was downright chilling.
¿Eres una niña? Oye, güey, si oye que están hablando, güey. Oye. Oigan. Hola. Oye. Oye.
Para allá, güey. Yo lo escucho para acá, carnal.
Sí, para allá se escucha, güey. Niña, ¿puedes venir a jugar con nosotros?
Hola, Choy.
Uy, güey, me
está hablando, güey.
Está hablando, güey. No mames.
Out of the darkness, faint voices and eerie children's laughter echoed through the empty streets. But how? The town was completely deserted. Were these the lingering spirits of former residents trapped between worlds? Or was it just a trick of the night, an illusion playing with their senses? Some believe it was nothing more than a natural sound carried by the wind. But in a place so desolate, dismissing the supernatural isn't so easy. Flying down a rugged forest trail, a mountain biker was tearing through the terrain when boom.
Fuck off! Oh my...
Out of nowhere, a deer leaped into his path. The impact was brutal, sending the rider soaring over a bush and crashing hard, leaving him battered and his bike wrecked. Miraculously, despite the violent collision, both the biker and the deer lived to tell the tale. Two backpackers were climbing a rock when one of them slipped at a crucial moment.
Oh my nuts!
He lost his footing and ended up dangling upside down. But luckily, his climbing gear held strong, saving him from disaster. He walked away unscathed, just with a wild story to tell. A Reddit user in rural Florida was reviewing footage from their motion-activated backyard camera, normally used to capture local wildlife, when they stumbled upon something chilling. In the first image, bathed in the glow of a nearby carport light, the user is seen walking to their car, but they weren't alone. Beside them stood a tall, unidentifiable figure. The eerie part? The Redditor swears they were completely alone at the time. Just seconds later, the camera snapped another picture, but the figure had vanished, along with a strange glowing light hovering above its head. Even more unsettling, the user insists that no such light source exists in their yard. To this day, they have no explanation for what the camera captured, and they likely never will. While strolling through the woods, Mike couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Then he spotted it, a shadowy figure lurking nearby.
Watch who's stalking who now. Who's stalking who now? Look at that. Do you see a person? Yeah, who's stalking who now?
At first glance, the man seemed ordinary, just another person in the wilderness. There was no one else around, and the way he watched Mike unblinking deliberately sent a chill down his spine.
Okay, ready? Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Look at that. I'm by myself in the light. Look at that.
Alone in the forest, the unsettling encounter left him with a single haunting question. Who was that man, and what did he want? While unwinding with a smoke atop a hill near their camp, a group of co-workers snapped photos of the breathtaking full moon. But when they reviewed the images the next day, Their excitement turned to horror. A massive humanoid figure loomed in the background, too large, too unnatural to be human. Even more unsettling, it was captured on multiple devices. This wasn't their first brush with the eerie unknown. Just a year earlier, they had heard blood-curdling screams echoing through the night and glimpsed a towering white figure vanishing behind a hill. They weren't alone in their experiences. Locals have reported hearing those same terrifying screams for years. Is this the work of an urban legend, or did they stumble upon something far more sinister? A camper set up a trail camera in Anger County, expecting to capture the usual wildlife. But when he reviewed the footage the next morning, he found something far more unsettling. At exactly 8 p.m., a strange translucent figure moved through the tall grass. It had a semi-transparent humanoid form with no visible legs, an oddly small head, and an eerie deliberate posture that made it impossible to write off as a camera glitch. Even stranger, the surrounding grass remained still, yet the figure triggered the motion sensor, meaning it gave off a heat signature. Whatever it was, the sight sent a chill down his spine. A Reddit user, Olive for Life, recently took a solo trip to the eerie Hamstead house in Connecticut and captured a chilling image. The photo appears to show a faint figure lurking in the background. Whether it's a genuine ghost or just a camera trick remains up for debate. Given Hamstead House's long history of ghostly tales, the image has sparked intrigue among believers and skeptics alike. Some are convinced this is real proof of the supernatural, while others argue it's just an illusion. As for the Reddit user, they believe it could be the lingering spirit of a young colonial girl. Would you dare to watch it? If you did so and enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. 2016, a YouTuber was out hiking, casually testing his drone, when he stumbled upon something chilling in a nearby cornfield. At first, it seemed like just an ordinary scarecrow swaying in the wind. But as the drone zoomed in, the truth was far creepier. It wasn't a scarecrow at all. It was a clown. The unsettling figure quickly spotted the drone and bolted into the forest, disappearing where the camera couldn't follow. Was this just a bizarre prank? Or could it be tied to the eerie wave of clown sightings that gripped the world in fear that same year? While exploring a haunted waterfall, a man unknowingly captured something eerie on camera. As he pans across the cascading waters, a dark figure briefly appears only to vanish a moment later. When the camera shifts downward for a second glance, the shadowy shape is still there, but on the third pass, it's completely gone. Was this just an ordinary person lurking in the mist, or did he accidentally film something paranormal? The mystery remains. In early April 2024, TikTok user Scaredbugs set out on a bold adventure, exploring a notorious cave on a scorching hot day. The cave had a chilling reputation. Locals claimed eerie noises often echoed from its depths. Intrigued and eager to uncover the mystery, he ventured inside. As he stepped further in, an unsettling whistling sound filled the air, sending shivers down his spine.
Piccolate proprio. È strettissima. È molto bassa, molto piccola, e ci sono queste nicchie.
But despite the eerie atmosphere, he eventually emerged from the cave unnerved, yet completely unharmed. While heading back from a hike in the forest, a group of friends encountered something absolutely unreal.
Fuck, dude. Fuck. Go up. Go. Ah! Go. Go. Ah! Go. Go.
Panic set in as they spotted a massive bear sitting inside their car. Somehow the curious animal had made its way inside, turning their vehicle into its personal lounge. Holding their breath, they carefully opened the door, and to their relief, the bear bolted back into the woods. No one was hurt, but it was a heart-stopping moment they'd never forget. After receiving chilling tips from a viewer, a team of investigators arrived at an abandoned farm with a dark past. The original family vanished without a trace, and ever since, locals have reported eerie whispers and shadowy figures moving through the decaying house. As they prepare to enter, They briefly film an upstairs window that many claim hides something unnatural. Once inside, they carefully set up their equipment.
Camera either in this corner or...
Dude, what was that?
A table jerks violently across the room. Panic sets in. Was something lurking in the shadows of the farm? Or was it all an elaborate hoax? The truth remains buried in mystery. While exploring Hankey Church Cemetery in Plum, Pennsylvania, late at night, a Reddit user unknowingly captured something chilling on camera. The eerie photograph appeared to show a half-bodied apparition. Some say it resembles a priest, while others believe it could be a war veteran. According to local legend, a priest was lynched for adultery on these very grounds before the church mysteriously burned to the ground. Adding to the cemetery's unsettling aura, numerous war veterans are buried here as well. Despite repeated efforts to debunk or recreate the image, the original poster remained convinced, insisting this is one of the most compelling ghostly encounters they have ever witnessed. Reddit user LegoLizard5139 captured a bone-chilling moment outside their home, deep in the woods. After hearing eerie, unfamiliar noises, they grabbed a camera and started recording. At first, everything seemed normal, just a quiet, empty darkness. But then, for a fleeting second, a pair of glowing eyes pierced through the night before vanishing without a trace. Was it just an animal reflecting the light, or something far more unsettling lurking in the shadows? In 2018, a group of friends visited Molten Falls in Washington, a popular spot known for its breathtaking views and its risky 60-foot bridge jump. Despite warning signs, thrill seekers often leaped for fun. That day, 16-year-old Jordan stood on the edge, hesitating. She wasn't ready, but before she could decide, her best friend Taylor suddenly shoved her.
3. No, I won't go in 2.
Well, she's saying no.
No, I just...
Ready? Oh, that's so close.
Jordan's screams filled the air. The impact shattered 6 of her ribs, punctured a lung, and left her covered in several bruises. Taylor later claimed she never meant to hurt Jordan, but the consequences are real. When Jordan's family took legal action, Taylor pleaded guilty to reckless endangerment. Her punishment? Just 2 days in jail and community service. Though Jordan eventually healed, the emotional scars from that day would last much longer. While unwinding with a smoke atop a hill near their camp, a group of co-workers snapped photos of the breathtaking full moon. But when they reviewed the images the next day, their excitement turned to horror. A massive humanoid figure loomed in the background, too large, too unnatural to be human. Even more unsettling, it was captured on multiple devices. This wasn't their first brush with the eerie unknown. Just a year earlier, they had heard blood-curdling screams echoing through the night and glimpsed a towering white figure vanishing behind the hill. They weren't alone in their experiences. Locals have reported hearing those same terrifying screams for years. Is this the work of an urban legend, or did they stumble upon something far more sinister? While trekking through the Brazilian wilderness, a group of hikers approached a river, only to freeze in shock at what lay before them.
Essa é grande, viu? Olha já, o tamanho dessa cobra. É a sucuri, anaconda. Agora vai embora. É louco.
A massive anaconda, stretching an estimated 50 feet long, slithering through the water with an almost mythical presence. Stunned, they scrambled to capture the jaw-dropping moment on camera before retreating to the safety of the shore. Their journey continued, but the encounter left them on edge, their senses heightened, constantly scanning the jungle for any more surprises lurking in the wild. A fisherman in California recently captured a mysterious video that has sparked intense speculation. In the footage, a large black figure is seen near a river, moving with a distinctly human-like posture. After a brief moment, the creature sits down by the water and appears to drink from it. Some believe it could be a person in a Bigfoot costume, while others argue it might be an undiscovered cryptid. However, the fisherman remained skeptical that it was just another person. He hadn't seen a single soul all day. So what if this was the real Bigfoot? While staying at a secluded bungalow, Carrie decided to take her dog for a family stroll through the forest, a path she had walked countless times before. But this time, something felt different. A sudden chilling scream tore through the dense underground, unlike anything she had ever heard. Her dog's ears perked up, his body tensed, before he erupted into frantic barking, fixated on the unseen source of the sound. A shiver ran down Carrie's spine.
The
words were distant yet unmistakable, distorted as if carried by the wind. Panic tightened around her chest. After what felt like an eternity, her dog finally returned unharmed but visibly uneasy. Without hesitation, Carrie turned back, practically dragging him along. As she hurried away, the ghostly voice still echoed faintly behind her, sending one final shudder down her spine. Reddit user Terry Pilled snapped a photo at the campground near the suspension bridge, only to discover something chilling: a ghostly white figure lurking behind a bush. At first he brushed it off as part of the surrounding plant life, but a daylight comparison revealed an unsettling truth: nothing like it was there before. The discovery has sparked debate online. Could it be a simple trick of the light, motion blur, or even an animal? Or is it something far more sinister? An apparition, a paranormal presence, or an unknown entity? What do you think? A camper set up a trail cam in Anger County, expecting to capture the usual wildlife. But when he reviewed the footage the next morning, he found something far more unsettling. At exactly 8 p.m., a strange translucent figure moved through the tall grass. It had a semi-transparent humanoid form with no legs, an oddly small head, and an eerie deliberate posture that made it impossible to write off as a camera glitch. Even stranger, the surrounding grass remained still, yet the figure triggered the motion sensor, meaning it gave off a heat signature. Whatever it was, the sight sent a chill down his spine. While exploring the infamous Crawford Road in Yorktown, Virginia, a place known for its eerie reputation, a woman and her friend decided to snap a few photos. Later, when she showed the images to her son, he noticed something chilling. If you look closely, a light-colored shirt appears just to the right of her friend, who is supposedly walking away alone. Confused, the woman recalled that her friend had deliberately ventured off by herself as a joke, confidently insisting nothing would happen. But as it turns out, she wasn't alone. This unsettling discovery leaves one haunting question: who or what was standing there? Reddit user Bonamassa72 had a chilling experience while exploring a graveyard late at night. As they roamed through the eerie silence, their camera captured something truly unsettling. A pale, ghostly figure standing motionless in the background. The apparition-like shape has sparked intense debate online. Some believe it could be the spirit of someone long departed, while skeptics argue it's just a gravestone, or perhaps another person lingering in the distance. But something about its eerie stillness and unmistakable form feels unnatural. What do you think? Could this be a real ghost, or is there a logical explanation for this haunting sight? Reddit user Underwater Whiskers stumbled upon a bizarre discovery at the end of a hike: an eerie collection of turtle shells scattered across one area. The sheer number of shells in a single spot immediately sparked debate. Was this the aftermath of a predator's feast, with discarded shells left behind? Or could poaching, environmental factors, or even human interference be to blame? While animal remains in the wild aren't unusual, the sheer volume of shells made this particularly unsettling. Was this just nature taking its course? Or was there something far more sinister at play? Reddit user Lemonade Robot captured an eerie photo that sent shivers down viewers' spines. Drawn to the mist-covered graves, they snapped a picture, only to later notice something terrifying hidden in the fog. A ghostly screaming face. Even more unsettling, they recalled hearing faint, distant screams that very night. While some believe this could be chilling proof of the paranormal, skeptics argue it's just a case of paranoia. Our minds playing tricks on us. So is this the face of a restless spirit, or just an illusion of mist? What do you see? While driving past a notorious suicide bridge rumored to be haunted, a Reddit user captured something eerie in the distance. A shadowy figure standing near the bridge. Convinced they had caught a ghost on camera, they shared the chilling image online, sparking a heated debate among paranormal enthusiasts. Some believe it could be the lingering spirit of someone tied to the bridge's tragic history. However, skeptics were quick to dismiss the claim, arguing it was nothing more than a smudge on the windshield or a trick of the headlights. With the bridge's unsettling past looming over the discussion, one question remains. Was this truly a ghost, or just a case of mistaken perception? Reddit user YouGoGirl85 shared a chilling photo taken by a friend on their way home, completely unaware at the time that something eerie lurked in the bottom right corner. When the image hit the Paranormal Encounter subreddit, it immediately ignited debate. Many pointed out a shadowy human-like figure, with some even claiming it appeared to be holding a ball or helmet. Others insisted it looked like a child peering from the bushes, but not everyone was convinced. Skeptics dismissed it as a simple trick of the light, perhaps a windshield smudge or a reflection playing with perception. So what really was captured that night? A mere coincidence, or something far more unsettling? Thank you for watching the video all the way till the end. You truly are brave. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. We'll see you in another video soon.